I don't know who needs to hear this, but don't forget about the angels that God assigned to you in your times of need. I remember this lady, her name was Shelly. I started this new job and I was catching a bus at the time. My shift started at 6 o'clock in the morning. The buses did not run until 6 o'clock in the morning. This meant that I couldn't get to work unless I got a ride to work. This lady that I met at work, she didn't know who I was, but she began to help me get to work. She would wake up around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. She did not live anywhere near me, but she would make sure I got to work on the days where I had to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. She did that for me up until the 6th month that I got my car, and she's the reason that I was able to keep that job. There was another time that I had fasted for 11 days, and I ended up getting sick. Right? I was angry with God, and I was like, I don't know how I'm ending up sick when I'm fasting so that I could draw closer to you. I go into Walgreens to get my medication. At that time, I'm struggling with my finances, and I can't really afford this medication, which is why I'm mad at God in the first place that I'm sick, because I'm sick and I also can't afford this medicine. I'm standing in line at Walgreens. There's this man in line where God tells me you can trust him. I'm like, what do you mean I can trust him? This is a complete stranger. How can I trust this man? This man ends up letting me cut in line. He tells me about this app where I could save off medications, and then he leaves $20 on the counter. What I was supposed to pay that day was $60. What I left paying was $15. When I got in the car, I cried because at that moment, God said, nothing that you do for me will ever be done in vain. That was an angel that was assigned to me that day. And then there was another time where I was performing full time. I was a starving artist. I met this girl by the name of Ra, she calls herself. Ra extends her benefits, her flight benefits to me because she's a flight attendant. Mind you, I probably had met Ra about a month prior to that. Because of Ra, I was able to travel to over 7 to 10 states to travel and do spoken word poetry. Never forget about the angels that were assigned to you in your time of need. That's not all. There's another girl from the Netherlands. Recently this happened. I prayed in my heart. I said, Lord, I don't know what I'm supposed to do right now, but I get this feeling that you just want me to be still and know that you are God. I want to get paid for being myself. I'm tired of trading time for money. I'm tired of performing for money. I'm tired of trying to struggle and struggle for money. If you are calling me to be in this season, send me some type of confirmation. But this is a prayer that I prayed in my heart. I said, it will show me that you want me to do this right now if you sent somebody to just bless me with some money. And in my heart, I seen $674. I never spoke this prayer out loud. No more than a month later, a young lady reached out to me on Instagram. And she said, I was praying to God and I was asking him where to send my tithe, and you came to my mind, and the Lord told me to send to you what I have left over from a sale that I made. It ended up being the exact number I saw in my spirit, $674 from a young lady in the Netherlands that I have never met before. Do not ignore the angels that God has assigned to you in your time of need, in your time of confirmation, in your time of desperation. Sometimes you think that God ain't with you because you're ignoring the people that he's assigned to you to bless you. There are people that have been assigned to you, but if you don't see God in the people that he's blessed you with, you will not see God for who God is. He's working through those who are obeying his voice. I can give you many more stories about how I thought I was going to get evicted, and then a friend of mine showed up with the exact amount of money that I needed. Times where I needed a place to stay and somebody who was a stranger opened up their door. If you don't see how God is blessing you through the people he's positioned to be a purpose in your life, then it's easy for you to think that you did this all by yourself, that you got it on your own, that you're out here on your own, and that God is not with you. God is with you. God is for you, but you have to recognize when he's sending people to bless you. I have so many stories just like that, where I thought I wasn't going to make it, and then God opened the door miraculously. Do not forget to thank God for the people he has assigned to help you fulfill your purpose. There are people and angels and the obedient that have been assigned to be a blessing to your life. If only you will acknowledge that. For you to sit back and say you self-made is all ego. Ain't none of us self-made. And if I could ignore every story that I just said and simply say that I'm not self-made, simply because everything that I am is a byproduct of everybody God positioned in my life to make sure I made it this far today, nothing that I am is of my own. Every piece of information and wisdom that I got, I borrowed from somewhere, be it a book, be it a teacher, be it a pastor, be it my mother or my father. How can you be self-made if everything that is within you comes from somewhere? Self-made would only mean that you didn't borrow a single resource from this realm in order to be all that you are. But from the time you came out of your mother's womb, you had to borrow resources from somebody. This is why I never could understand why people feel like they could be the God of their own life. If you're going to be the God of your own life, this means you can't borrow any resources that God provided to you, be it food, air, shelter, clothing, ideas. It's not your own. Even the ideas that come from within you, you have to borrow resources that are on the earth to bring that idea to pass. So if you will get out of your ego and you will truly look at what God has done for you through his people, through the resources, through the people that come to you as customers, through the people that buy your product, through the people that hire you at their companies, that you might be able to make 6 figures or become a millionaire, you are not self-made. And if you think that you are self-made, you are truly full of yourself. Which truly, who are you? But the product of everything you borrow from everybody else. Who are you? But the product of every product somebody bought from you that you might have that money in your bank account. Who are you? But the product of those people and brands that fulfilled their purpose, that you might be able to wear their clothes on your back. Or the person that fulfilled their purpose, that you might be able to drive that Tesla or drive that luxury vehicle or live in that luxury community of housing that you did not build. You are not self-made. And nothing that you are is because you got it on your own. Everything that we are is a byproduct of God's love for us and who he's assigned and positioned to bless our lives.